Say what needs to be said. It's your host, your big dog, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel. How y'all doing today? Happy Tuesday, everybody. I was supposed to be on yesterday, which was Monday, my usual schedule, but I'm on today. We here now. Let's get in. Y'all get in the comments. We're going to get this thing rocking. We got a lot to uncover, a lot to talk about. My connection good. I see that. Man, I made some adjustments. I'm feeling good, baby. I see my connection good. Oh, man, just went down a little bit. Y'all talk to me, man. Y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know I'm good and we live and we going to work. I don't want to be breaking up, man. I got to fix the connection system in here. But if y'all ain't understanding, if y'all ain't heard, the Art of Interception is out. A comprehensive, detailed class for aspiring cornerbacks. So if you want to be great, you want to get that football, you want to, you know what I mean? You want to lead college football in interception, your high school, your state, wherever you're from. You understand what I'm saying? The Art of Interception. I'm going to leave a link, you know what I mean? So anybody that needs to, you know, express some interest or want to get coached by Mr. Pick Six himself. I should be calling myself a Hall of Famer, but you know, the bullshit I go through, man, the BS I go through in, you know, the NFL. But let's get into this thing, man. Let's get into it. The Shannon Sharpe effect just rocked Skip Bayless. Let me say that again. The Shannon Sharpe effect just rocked Skip Bayless, Undisputed, and Fox Sports. We all know, we all remember Shannon Sharpe had to leave Undisputed, and there's only one reason why, and that was Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless decided the grass is green on the other side. And he found out very quick the grass isn't greener on the other side. And it's something about us humans, human nature, or just human. The older we get, the more stubborn we get, or should I say, the more stuck in our ways we get. And you know, Skip, you got to give it to him. He created a dynamic show in Undisputed alongside co-host, the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe himself, right? But sometimes we get beside ourselves in life, and that's where the problem comes in. That's what we're going to learn today and talk about, right? But that show garnered most of its attention from Shannon Sharpe, his charisma, his well-known knowledge in all the sports, his hard work, his dedication, you know, the time and experience that Shannon Sharpe has, man. He made that show. But somehow, some way, Skip thought Skip was the prize of the show. He thought he was the prize possession on the show Undisputed. Only to find out that's not the truth. We all could see that. Nobody was watching Undisputed to watch Skip. You know what I mean? And only 1 year after the departure or the Shannon Sharpe leaves the show and joins ESPN First Take, which, you know, Stephen A. Smith, now Skip Bayless, poor Skip Bayless, is being forced out at Undisputed and FS1. Duh! What he thought was going to happen. It's just finally coming to fruition now. What he thought he was going to be able to handle that? He thought he was going to make that show without Shannon Sharpe? No, you started that show with Shannon Sharpe. You got to understand, that's what everybody's eyes are used to seeing, right? All the Shannon Sharpe fans shift their attention to First Take. Simple as that. It's a powerhouse move. It's a powerhouse duo over there with First Take, Shannon Sharpe, and Stephen A. Smith. Their knowledge, the quality content they put out, and just they're well respected in their profession. They've been around for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? They earned their dues. They paid their dues. So I mean, they did that. But the writing was on the wall from the beginning. We all seen it. Shannon Sharpe left, his fan base left with him, and no one was watching Undisputed anymore, right? The damn ratings went crazy. They went down like 50, 60%. It was crazy. But I could imagine the production meetings that went on after Shannon Sharpe left at Undisputed and with Skip Bayless. Him trying to convince his boss man, that he got this. He created Undisputed with Shannon Sharpe. He can do it again. I can only imagine how Skip was telling his boss, right? I'm going to bring in nothing but all-star talent. I'm going to bring in rappers, Hall of Famers. I'm going to bring in Lil Wayne. I'm going to bring in Young Money. I'm going to have Keyshawn Johnson, Richard Sherman. I'm going to have basketball players, everything. And he did that. He brought in Lil Wayne. He brought in Young Money artists. He brought in Richard Sherman and all that stuff. But that wasn't how the show was created. You understand? The show wasn't created off rappers and all these entertainers. Everybody was used to seeing Skip and Shannon going toe to toe every day. That was the entertainment. You understand? Skip, you can't do that by himself. He can't do that by himself. So that's what everybody wanted to see. Now they're not seeing that. So the eyes aren't adjusting. They're not used to that. Right? But Skip will always be proud. He has a right to always be proud of creating that show and that dynamic duo with Shannon Sharpe and finding in Shannon Sharpe and raising his professionalism in sports and stuff like that. But if y'all don't know and understand what it takes to work for ESPN, all these big networks and on a daily schedule, right? You gotta understand, Shannon Sharpe, he is a hard-working, dedicated dude, right? I mean, that schedule on Undisputed, Shannon Sharpe broke it down one time, right? He used to wake up 4 a.m. every morning, went to get prepped up and did the show at Undisputed at 4 a.m. The show probably lunch is around 6 a.m. because they're like 3 hours behind. They're on West Coast time. So they got to get up early and be prepared. That's dedication, getting up 4 a.m. every morning, get all cleaned up, dolled up, makeup and all that stuff, right? Then after that, Shannon hits the gym faithfully. He's an advocate for that gym. He loves fitness. He's been doing that for a while. That's a part of, you know what I mean? He hits the gym. Then you got to do so much research and the time to take in preparation for doing the show. That's one thing I think Skip underestimated. That's a hard-working, dedicated man. It shows when he's on the platform. It shows every time. He puts his all into it. Shannon Sharpe is a dog when it comes to reporting, on entertainment, sports, whatever it is, right? He's well-rounded. He does his research well. And I guess he got a great team around him, whatever it is. Club Shay doing good. At Nightcap with him and Ocho. So that was Skip Bayless got to understand. You messed that up and you were in control. The grass isn't green on the other side. And we as humans have to understand that, right? And you got to understand the preparation because people can't just get on national television sounding like a fool. So they got to come correct and do that research. That takes a lot of time, right? But just as bad, the ending for Skip, right? It was bad because he was in control. This was a bad ending for Skip because he was total in control of this situation with Undisputed and Shannon Sharpe, but he wouldn't adjust and his ego got to him. So the learning point of this with Skip and Shannon Sharpe and Undisputed, no matter if you're the boss, you created something, understand the dynamics of what you created and what people really are, what's the demand to people. And the demand might not be you. It might be the people you hired or your co-hosts and stuff like that. So learn to adjust, learn to adapt and keep going, man. Don't do that stuff, man. I hate to see us as humans self-destruct, you know what I mean? Thinking, whatever it is, our egos, man, it takes a village. It takes a team, man. Don't always think you can do it by yourself and you can make all the money, man. That's a very selfish and not business savvy way to think, man. Learn from Mr. Pick Six. I'm talking to y'all, man. Listen, man. But let's move on. Moving on, man. Now, in this day and age, raising kids is crazy expensive. And I know all about it. I got 6 kids of my own, and I've been raising kids for about 3 decades. Let me tell you, I hit the reset button. I hit the doggone reset button. I got a 6-year-old. Now, I got 6 kids, but that don't sound like 12, right? I say I've been having kids for the last 3 decades. I was the guy who wanted to be fruitful and multiply for good reasons, though. And my reasons was, I got those good genes. I want to be fruitful and multiply. But I also had a small family, and I needed to increase the size of the Samuel bunch, the Samuel family. So I started young, and I started getting going. 3 decades, baby, from 99 all the way to 6 years ago. I'm done. I'm finally done, baby. But let me tell you, raising 6 kids, man, let me tell you, it's draining. It takes a lot. You got to stay on point, and kids gonna need to eat every day. But 12 kids, let me tell you, that can wear a person out. I'm talking about a person, a father or a parent that's physically raising these 12 kids. And I'm not talking about just paying for them. I'm talking about just paying for them. I ain't talking about the physical part of it. I'm not talking about physically raising 12 kids because they no telling where they stand at. It's kind of all very hard, right? But paying and financially supporting 12 kids. I'm not talking about when you're making the big bucks. I'm talking about when the bucks stop, the big bucks stop. It can really weigh you down. It can get to you. And that's what you don't see when you're having fun and everything is peaches and cream. And then you get to that court system. You don't want to let that court system get you. You understand? And that's what's going to come. But let's start off this positives. To start off in the positive note, congratulations are in order for our boy Tyreek Hill. Y'all already heard. It was just confirmed he has his 12th kid. And, that's by my calculations, it's 12. That's what the reports say. And it was a young lady. This is all in the reports. Kimberly Baker filed a paternity suit, right? And I'm assuming it was last year. And they both acknowledged that the child was Tyreek. However, she claimed she was receiving $2,000 a month in child support. And guess what? $2,000 a month isn't enough when they see $120 million contract. She needs $10K plus to provide for that child. Not no doggone $2K a month. She ain't going for it, and the lawyer ain't going for it. That's the problem when you're so successful and you're an NFL player and your contract is public records. Ain't no hiding. They coming, man. Now, at the minimum, not including the hospital bills and dentists and all that stuff like that, I'm just talking about day-to-day living, school, room and board, clothing, every day, day-to-day stuff, right? From the time children are born to the age of 18, it costs a cool $1.5 million. I'm gonna tell you right now, $1.5 million. For my kids, it was like $1 million. From the time you add all the child support up and everything I was paying, I probably spent $1 million per child. And now that I got a 6-year-old, and listen, I can make 2 packs of chicken. We can make 2 packs of chicken. How many come in those packs? Those big long chicken wing packs. 2 packs of chicken is gone in 2 days. And ain't nothing, the inflation and the cost in food and stuff like that, man, it's crazy out here. So that's what I'm saying. Ain't no million no more. It went up to 1.5, inflation and cost and all that stuff like that. Now, I say, for athletes, it's cool while we're making the money. It's all cool. You're earning that crazy money. But when it stops, man, stuff start getting real hectic, especially if you're not able to lower child support or you're not able to make an adjustments. And then you got a hounding lawyer, maybe a hounding baby mama. Man, the courts, the lawyers, they will come and drain you. And guess what? They don't have to pay for nothing. They don't have to pay for nothing. I've been going through it. I'm telling you, right? So 12 kids. Let's add it up. 12 kids at $1.5 million per kid. How much does that equal up to? Got 12 kids. It's going to take 1.5 take care of each kid. That's a cool 18 million. Yeah, it's over 18 years, but it's a cool 18 million. And yeah, ain't no way around that unless you got a baby mama who ain't tripping and you're just going to be a deadbeat, right? But it's a reason. I want y'all to understand. It's a reason. Some people just don't believe in protection and stuff like that. But it's a reason. There's a reason these athletes end up with a lot of kids, and not me. I was used to it. Like, mine started in high school, so I'm used to it. And it seems like Tyreek Hill is one of those athletes not used to being the cute kid or the handsome teenager that attracted all the pretty girls in school or at the park. It seems like now that he has all this money, he thinks and believes these pretty girls all of a sudden like him and love his dirty smelling drawers, right? Because they didn't like him before, right? And don't be that guy. Don't be the guy who all of a sudden work hard your whole life and maybe you was dedicated. You understood faithfulness and you was faithful to your mate, your girlfriend, whatever it was, your high school sweetheart. Then all of a sudden you get this notoriety, this fame, and you got all this money, and people in your DM, they're telling you how sexy you look, and you falling for it. Now you think these women all of a sudden just like you. No, fool. They only like your money. You still the same ugly dude. You just dress better and you fix yourself up with the money. Don't get it twisted. Like me, I was the cute, handsome dude. I was used to it. Women, ladies, girls, older women always liked me, always was attracted to me and told me how cute I was. So I was used to it. I've been messing around since middle school. When I got to the league, you know, I was kind of off that. I wasn't on that no more. Now you see these young men, you're going to see them going wild, hanging out, and all different type of relationships, slinging that thing left and right. They're going to be slanging it because all of a sudden they think people like, they think all the girls like them when they didn't like them before. So that's the problem, man. You understand, you see these athletes out here, man, it's going to come and go. They're going to be coming for these athletes, and they're going to think they are handsome and cute, and that's not the case. It's your money, brother. But with Tyreek Hill, I want to talk about another situation. Tyreek and Tua, right? Tyreek and Tua, they both coming up on the last year of their contracts, their deal, right? And how do you think the Dolphins will resolve these issues or these contracts with these two players? Because let me tell you, if you don't understand the history of the NFL and the cap numbers and stuff like that, paying two high caliber players like that who will demand a high cap, $50 million a year, $30 million a year, it will take up most of the cap space, right? And also playing two players of that high caliber, $50 million a year and $30 million a year, which is $80 million per year for two players, means they need to be winning the Super Bowl that next year or the following year, within 2 years. And if they don't, you understand the cap raises too high. The cap number becomes too high for the team to obtain. You can't spend all the money on two players. Now you got to break this team up. And now these two can't be on the same team. And the age of 30, for some reason, the age of 30 in NFL, it's like a magical number to the NFL players. It's like they automatically or systematically look at us like we're not the same player at the age of 30. It's regardless of the stats or what they say. And if you're not balling when you're at the age of 30, soon as you hit 30 and you don't do anything, they're going to start acting like you're old, you're rotten, you're falling off. And now they're going to start spreading rumors. You're going to see rumors all across the NFL. You know what I mean? And then don't let you have another year left where at the year 4, you got a year 5 and then there's no guarantees. Now you're just like another person out there, and which I don't guarantee. I don't recommend anyone sign in the NFL right now today as the agreements and stuff like that. I don't recommend anyone to sign past the 4-year deal unless they got more guarantees, right? Because with super high cap numbers, you become expendable just because of your cap number. No matter your play, they're looking at the cap number because it's a business first. And that cap number could put you in a bad predicament if you don't have any guarantees in the National Football League. And I had to learn that, man. I signed a 6-year deal. And I wish I would have signed a 4-year deal. I wish I understood to sign a 4-year deal. And I thought just because I was balling on Asante Samuel that no matter what, I'm going to be here 6 years because nobody playing at the level I'm playing in NFL. That didn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? I played that 4th year, and on that 4th year, I had a little bit of guarantees, but I started hearing trade rumors. I started hearing the Philadelphia Eagles are shopping Asante Samuel. And it was true. I'm sitting home not believing and not thinking it's real, but yeah, I realized it was true. And they told me they had a deal on the table with the Lions, the Detroit Lions, and decided not to pull the trigger when they had Numbi Awesome, DRC, Dominique Cromartie, and then myself. Thank God they didn't pull that trigger because that would have been like a hellhole to be raised in or to finish off my career in Detroit. But they're doing their thing now. But I went to Atlanta and so on and so forth. But understand, it's going to be hard for Tyreek Hill and Tua to stay together that long. Now, the other question, what if they don't sign Tyreek Hill and they sign Tua? What is going to happen? Tua is going to fail dramatically, fast. rapidly. However you want to say it. And I'm going to say that I'm going to say it confidently because Tyreek Hill is he is Superman. He is Superman to Tua Tagovailoa. He can't do anything on an elite level without Tyreek Hill. He needs the speed. He needs to know that guy, that when I get ready to throw the ball to the X receiver, which is Tyreek Hill, he's going to create separation and get open on one-on-one coverage. And Tyreek Hill is going to do that every time. Not every receiver, because of just speed and alone. We, say what needs to be said. We call Mr. Tua Tagovailoa Mr. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and let it go. No matter where he at, I know where he's supposed to be. He going to get open because of that speed. So how do they handle that? Because you're invested in this quarterback, you believe in him, and if you decide to pay him, you need to put the talent around him. So it's like you stuck in a position where you have to sign Tyreek Hill. So something got to give. I just don't understand how they're going to separate all that money. But if they let Tyreek Hill go and Tyreek don't get this extension, hey, man, it's going to be a whole total rebuilding for the Miami Dolphins because you're not going to be able to place Tyreek Hill in the draft. It's just impossible for him to be replaced that simple in the draft. You might be able to get some speed, but not only does Tyreek Hill have speed, he has that dog in him. He has that dog mentality. He used to be a running back. So replacing him and not signing him back for Tua is going to be very damaging to the Dolphins. We're going to see how that play out. Usually in training camp, they come up with contracts and, they hand out contracts and give out contracts and stuff like that. But you have two big major contracts that need to be handled coming up. And we're going to see. We're going to see. All right, boxing, man. Let's get into some boxing, man. And boxing fans, man. There's some crazy stuff going on in the boxing world, man. If y'all ain't heard, Shakur, y'all know Shakur Stevenson. He just had a fight. He's I think he's fighting the 140-pound class. He runs around with Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford, right? One of my favorite, Terrence Crawford. But if y'all don't know, he's managed by the legendary Jay Prince, right? And Jay Prince is a music mogul from Houston, right? He's responsible for a number of hits back in the 90s with the Ghetto Boys and stuff like that. And he ran a music company called Rap-A-Lot. And he also manages Shakur Stevenson. But he decided to come for, there's a lot of people that was coming for Shakur Stevenson after the boring fight. But he decided to come for Cameron and Mace because I guess the one that got a lot of clout from coming from Shakur, and basically told him, listen, y'all keep hitting on my young fella. I'm taking all the fades for him. And I'm like, God, dog, like, what is going on here, right? What is he supposed to do? What is the 60-year-old man supposed to do that manages boxers? Like, you had to look, he had a little history back in the days, but now is a new era. You understand? You got the internet and stuff like that, and people ain't really going for it, right? But as a boxer, you got to understand, as a boxer, boxing is an individual sport. You have one job to do. Go out and put on a show. That's your job. Your job is to go out and put on a show if you're a boxer, individual sport, because that's how you sell tickets. And being a boring fighter, which the last couple fights was boring, in my opinion, you're not going to sell tickets. And in order to sell pay-per-view tickets, you have to knock fools out. And if you're not knocking fools out, you have to put on a Money Mayweather show in the ring and out of the ring. But Jay Prince, y'all, the managers have to understand, like, there's nothing you can say or do that's gonna make this kid fight harder, because taking up for him doesn't do anything. And then Jay Prince running his mouth like, I ain't gonna get on, but it just makes everything look bad, because he's talking, he's not doing nothing. The fighter ain't knocking people out. He's boring. Go out there and make it exciting. Make people want to buy these tickets. You understand? It's an individual sport. You're supposed to attract the big crowds, right? It's not our job to just like you fighting. No, you got to knock fools out, and then you will sell more tickets. That's basically it, right? And then you move on. But the fight I want to see in boxing, man, I want to see Jerome Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford and Jerome Boots Ennis, man, let me tell you, that's going to be a real good fight. Really, two of the same fighters. Jerome Boots Ennis is a little bit taller, but Terrence Crawford has reach. And listen, they both athletic, skilled, they got power, they could take punches. And it might be a surprise on that fight, but I ain't gonna get into it because they haven't announced that fight. But I just wanted to say that, man, it's because it's getting closer and closer to them two young men possibly having that showdown with Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford. Y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all tell me who y'all think will win out of Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford. I got my pick, but I'm gonna keep it to myself until, you know what I mean? I'm just letting you know it ain't gonna walk in the park for none of them. Of course, I know y'all think Terrence Crawford automatically gonna win, and it's possible because of experience. But like you say, man, there's two dogs going at it. What they saying in the chat? They're not gonna fight. Bud only want money fight. Yeah, you're right. He do want the money fights. And let me give him a shout out. That's Big Herd 92. Big Herd 92 say Bud only want the money fights. You're right. Bud only want the money fights, and rightfully so. He worked his way. He fight all the dog fights, and he just capitalized. He made like 10, 12, 15 million on his last fight. He's right. He needs to hold out. But the problem is we're running out of big fights. And if Canelo Anthony ain't going, Canelo, if Canelo ain't going to fight him, Alvarez ain't going to fight him, then who's going to fight him? That's going to be a big fight. You understand? You got to move up and way. I don't know. You understand? Talk to me. What y'all think? Terrence Crawford and Jerome Boots Ennis. Who wins that fight? You don't think Boots ready? Man, let me tell you. You can't. I understand what you're saying, right? But you have to look at the actual skill and what he's doing. You can say it, just something to say, but he looks like he's ready. He has that dog. He has that skill. He has that power. He take punches. He has everything. I don't understand, and I don't see that, man. It's a very even matchup, man. It's a very even matchup. But hey, you can tell me. So if you say you don't think Boots ready, you automatically think Terrence Crawford gonna win. All right, I can go with that. I can believe that. But listen, I think it's gonna be surprising when that fight happens. It gotta happen. It's just Boots got to continue to build up his resume, keep knocking fools out. He keeps fight. He says he's gonna fight everybody that Terrence Crawford fight. He's going to beat him the same way, if not, worse than Terrence Crawford beat. So, we're going to continue to cover that and look forward to that fight. And hopefully it happen one day because, Terrence Crawford, man, I love to see that dude get down. But, all right, man, we got Brett Favre versus Shannon Sharpes. Man, y'all heard about that? Y'all heard about the Brett Favre and Shannon Sharpes saga? First, right? Brett Favre is out for blood, if y'all don't know. He wants all the smoke with Shannon Sharpe. Favre is trying to revive a lawsuit that already got dismissed by a court in Mississippi, some Supreme Court in Mississippi. Favre's new lawyer, I don't know if it's a new lawyer or lawyer, Emmett Vera, is trying to convince the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans to revive the defamation lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe. And this was the case when Brett Favre was they told he misappropriated funds. I was taking funds away from, poor people and things like that. There's a lot of media coverage going on, and a lot of people covered on it, right? But, if y'all don't remember, Brett Favre brought this defamation lawsuit against two people. Bring y'all back to history. He brought it against Pat McAfee, and then he brought it against Shannon Sharpe. Now, both were previously dismissed. Both was previously dismissed. Free speech, rhetorical, all is the law language and stuff like that. Basically free speech, right? But both were previously dismissed. I lost my train of thought, right? But Favre decided to revive the suit against Shannon Sharpe, and he's not coming for Pat McAfee anymore. And we can only imagine why. He coming for Shannon Sharpe, the brother, but he's not coming for Pat McAfee anymore, right? But here are the things where it gets tricky, right? Because it was dismissed. And if y'all don't understand, people got buddy. You go to different courts. You could beg one court. I mean, I done seen it all in courts like that. One court can deny it and dismiss the case. And then you can go up to another court in a whole nother district and beg a court, hey, this guy, this and that. He said this and that, this and that. And boom, all of a sudden, now this judge decides to overrule this other judge and revive the case or whatever. Now, if that doesn't happen, if y'all don't know, Brett Favre is a huge Donald Trump MAGA supporter. So on plenty of occasions, we've seen him supporting Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has some folks that he put in the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court is law, if y'all don't understand. Supreme Court is law. And if Brett Favre take his defamation lawsuit against big-time Shannon Sharpe to the Supreme Court in front of Donald Trump buddies, which Brett Favre is a supporter of, man, that can be a bad situation for our brother Shannon Sharpe. So, we got to keep an eye on this, man, and see, how this plays out. But it's just crazy how the courts work. You bring against one person and you drop it against another. You basically, everybody said the same thing. Those was the reports, but you're able to come after somebody and make their life crazy because you have to do discovery. You have to produce emails. There are so many things you have to do when you're facing a lawsuit, if y'all understand. Y'all stay away from them things, man. The bad contracts and so on and so forth, man. And but yeah, man, that's the Shannon Sharpe and Brett Favre saga. We're gonna keep up with that and we're gonna stay close. Say Brett Favre, B. The chat going off on Favre. Hey, man, it is what it is. You gotta let everything play out. What was alleged, and the allegations are horrible. That you're right. If those allegations are true, that is the worst of the worst. That is you can't. How do you live like that, handling funds for people like that? You understand what I'm saying? If it's true, you understand. But let's get into the last subject. You know what I mean? On this good Tuesday night when I was supposed to be here Monday. Y'all look out, man. Every Monday, the art of interception. You know what I mean? I'm put it in the link in the description. But like I said, I broke all the interception, the art of interception, how to go get that ball. I'm gonna put a link in the description. But y'all president, Donald Trump. Tell me y'all if y'all down with Donald Trump. That's y'all president. Y'all president ain't my president. Y'all president survived an assassination attempt on his life. And I'm sure all of Donald Trump supporters and fans just loved that and just made them love him more. Now, we don't wish nothing bad on no one. We don't want to see no violence. We don't see nobody get hurt, right? We don't believe in that. We don't support that over here and say what needs to be said. You understand what I'm saying? But listen here. I want you to think about the last time there was an assassination attempt on a president. What was going on? You do your research because I know y'all wasn't born, right? You got to understand there's a lot of chaos that's being caused in the U.S., in America. And there's only being caused by pretty much one person. You got people trying to overthrow the democracy, trying to change the laws, trying to basically make it a dictatorship. And he put all his boys and girls in place to help him get that going. They want to make King Trump the king. And we, America, is about to make that happen because you know why? Because we like popularity. We like people with followers. If he's popular, he talks big and loud, we're going to vote for him. We like him. We don't look at a person's behavior and their character, how they treat their family and loved ones and their peers and workers. No, we judge him by how many followers he has, how much he can lie to us and tell us how much he's worth, how successful he is when the facts are right there in front of everybody's face. And that's the sad part about America. It's like we can be brainwashed and fooled right in front of our face and not pay attention to details and facts and let somebody destroy our country just like that in front of our eyes. And I'm not into politics. Don't act like we into politics and all that. I'm judging off of behavior. Behavior, what I can see, how you act, how you treat the reports that are true, and so on and so forth. That's all I'm worried about. But us in America, or y'all in America, because I'm not a part of it, I'm voting for Barack. That's my type of people. Now, I'm not trying to say Joe Biden is the best, candidate, and or yeah, he's getting older and stuff like that. But you got to understand, if you don't vote for Biden, and then you both vote for Trump, you causing the problem. We're causing the problem in the world because he wants the world to be how he wants it to be, just like Russia. He likes how Russia and Japan and all these dictators run their country. That's what he wants to do. So I just had to give y'all a little food for thought on that, with the Donald Trump situation, because I just hate to see our people brainwashed and scream for Donald Trump. Now, yeah, if he pardoned me and stuff like that, yeah, I gotta support him. That's, that's a different type of situation. You saved my life. You understand? There's a different reason. But for the average Americans that's going out here going crazy for Donald Trump based on his behavior, his actions, man, that's crazy. But man, say what needs to be said. Nice vibe with y'all tonight on this nice Tuesday. I'm gonna see y'all again on Friday. I hope my connection was good. I'm working on that, man. I don't know what's going on with the room back here, but Deuce here, Big Zun in the house. You know what I mean? I'm gonna see y'all next time, man. Stay tuned. Much love and peace to y'all.